How's it, guys? Welcome back to another video. So yeah, I knew I was going to make a full-on video with diagrams and stuff explaining to you guys what pinging is, but I'm just super busy today, but I still want to make the video for you guys. So I would say pinging is incorrect ignition timing. It can also be too much of air, not enough fuel, and it could also be that your engine is weak because of the rings on your pistons are worn out and you guys are forcing that motor to work. So you have your intake, the piston comes down. You have your compression, the piston goes up. And then you'll have your power where the spark ignites that mixture when it's compressed and it explodes, and then piston comes down, and then the piston goes back up to let out all that explosion fumes, which is called the exhaust. So what happens now if you guys have your ignition timing set too early? So as the piston, it comes down intake, as it's traveling up, the timing is too advanced for the ignition, for the spark. So as the piston is going up, the spark starts igniting. And when it's igniting, the piston and that combustion that's happening, that little spark causing a small flame, that flame is hitting the piston and it's causing pinging. So think about this. Your piston is traveling up and you are forcing it to go back down before it gets to the point that it needs to be. So that's the easiest explanation that I could think of. So yeah, guys are over advancing the timing, which is going to cause pinging, lack of power. It could also be that your motor is worn out, where your rings are damaged and all your compression, instead of creating that nice explosion to give you that power stroke, all is going past the piston rings and it's going into your sump. That is why a lot of guys say that they have too much of sump compression. Sump compression is, you're supposed to have a little but not too much, because too much means that the engine is just very weak. Another cause could be that there's too much of air. There's too much of air in the combustion chamber, because for, how can I put it, the fuel ratio is, there's supposed to be 14.7 parts of air to 1 part of fuel. So let's say, example, you have 17 parts of air to 1 part of fuel. That means that your motor is running too lean. So lean means too much of air, not enough fuel. Rich means too much of fuel, not enough air. So a rich condition won't cause pinging, but a lean condition would. So just check on that. If you have an injected vehicle, make sure that your injectors are all working perfectly. If you have a carburetor, make sure that your carburetor is set to a point where it's distributing the fuel and air equally. Yeah, another reason how this could happen is incorrect what you could say, temperature of the vehicle, because the temperature of the vehicle is supposed to be what the manufacturers want it to be at. So if your cooling system in your vehicle is not functioning properly, the engine is going to heat up too much, and all that heat is going to cause parts inside the combustion chamber to get red. And once it gets red, it's going to start igniting itself at random times and causing mini explosions, which cause the pinging. Remember I told you the mini explosions that's happening is, the explosion is hitting that piston as it's trying to travel up and down, and that's why you're hearing a metallic sound, because it's metal that's getting hit. So yeah guys, I know this wasn't the best explanation, but I'm gonna try my best to answer all y'all's questions and stuff. Hope you found this useful, and I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to physically show you no diagrams. I've just been so busy. But yeah, till the next time.